Welcome back into WDHN Daytime. Now I'm here with Trooper Kendra with ALEA. Now thanks for joining us back again today, every single week.
That's it.
And now this month of April, it is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. And now, as you know, car accidents happen pretty frequently around the Wiregrass area. And but with ALEA, do you guys know how many of these accidents are due to distracted driving?
Well, so in 2022, we actually had 24 fatalities that was in relation to a distracted driver. And, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, between 2018 to 2022, there were over 15,960 people that died, and around 1.8 million people were injured in a distracted affective crash over that 5-year period. So distractions are one of the leading causes of crashes, and they can also possibly be fatal.
And what are some main reasons or factors as to why people get distracted behind the wheel?
See, the thing about distracted driving, the first thing and sometimes the only thing that people think it can relate to is a cell phone. And there are so many different things that can be considered a distraction. If you have your pet in the car, if you have kids in the car, or friends in the vehicle with you, if they're talking, or if you're listening to the radio, you want to change that station. So anything that takes your mind and your focus off of driving or your eyes off the road, it can be considered a distraction.
And for people who are, being distracted while they're driving, and ALEA or some other officers notices on the road, and you get pulled over for it. What are some of those consequences that people do face when they're under that situation?
So on the first offense, you can be subject to a $50 fine, 1 point on your license. The second time that you may be caught driving while distracted or your telephone in your hand, it can be a $100 fine and 2 points on your license. So there are fines and points that can be subject to your license and to you at the time that in the event that you're pulled over for distracted.
And does ALEA offer any awareness programs or any campaigns at all that's regarded to safe driving and non-distracted driving?
I mean, so as we know, April is the month of distracted driving, so we will try to offer those tips throughout the month, just like we do anytime, like spring break safety, summer safety. They can always go to alea.gov, or you can also visit the National Highway Traffic Safety website, where they have drivesafely.org, and they provide you with different tips and statistics that people can look at, educational information for parents that have those younger drivers, because not a lot of people are aware with the graduated driver's license, the teenagers, young drivers, they can't have a cell phone in their hand at all while driving. So as we try to provide as much educational information as we can through our websites.
And do you have any advice for parents who are having children who are currently taking their driver's test and are new to the road when it comes to distracted driving?
Have that window of communication, get out there with them, answer any questions that they have, be familiar with the graduated driver's license law, because not a lot of parents are aware of the restrictions that come with that. They just believe, hey, my child has their license, they're free to go drive and do what they want, but they really need to understand how important it is to be safe and avoid those distractions at all times. Be focused while driving.
And is ALEA offering any new plans or initiatives to try and lower, car accidents regarding distracted driving?
Just being aware and present on the highways, trying to enforce our traffic laws, reminding people to be safe, eliminate those distractions. I go around to the local driver's ed classes in the high schools and try to give them that opportunity to speak with a law enforcement official, ask those questions. Hey, it may be something that you weren't aware of was a law. So just trying to give them that opportunity to be educated and make awareness.
Absolutely, and it's the right time to do it, especially with the younger kids who are really just new to the roads out there. Always just to be safe, non-distracted driving. Just keep your eyes on the road at all times.
All times.
Absolutely.